Hello and welcome to another edition of the Gadget Show. My name is Usman and we are here to bring you the latest and greatest in technology. And this would not be possible, as always, without our gadget expert. So welcome him to the show. Raman, welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Have you got some fantastic things for us to see today?
I think we're going to try another,
live demo. This is what it's all about, people.
Yeah.
We're going to show you. We're not going to just talk about it. We're actually going to show you how something is done. But first, we always start the show. We talk about what's new in the news. So
absolutely. I think people who are, tech savvy and they are into technology, they clearly know that this time of the year there is one of the biggest events which happens in Europe, and it happens in Barcelona, and that's the Mobile World Congress. So a lot of us, who have interests are keenly, it's our version of the CES in the US. So the Mobile World Congress is happening now from, I think, 27th to the 1st of March, where you can expect, 60,000 companies participating, all the techie companies, the big names like Microsoft, Apple, Google, you name it, everybody is there. And there are a lot of announcements which have been made. So obviously the news section with us today, on the back of that is quite, juicy in the sense there are lots of announcements to share. So I'll start off with the fact that, a lot of us have been expecting a generational change in Windows. We've got used to using Windows, PCs, laptops, and if you see this, I think the Windows 8, as they're calling it now, the Windows 8, when it gets launched in summer this year, this is going to be one of the biggest announcements which has been made. And for the first time, after releasing the developers preview, Microsoft has given in-depth detail about what the features will be, what the operating system will do. But in short, I think what's happening now on Windows 8 is that you have the first operating system which will go across on devices. So you'll have it on tablets, phones, a cut down version of that on phones, PCs, laptops. And for the first time, if we go into the details, you will see the start button. You click start and you launch programs. That button is going to disappear. So they're going to bring on the Metro UI, which has been introduced on the Windows Phone, and that is something which will dominate how you interact with Windows. So tiles, your Metro UI, wherein you can see applications running on the screen, updates coming in, and obviously the interface will change, and it will be a lighter version of Windows, but will go across on platforms. So I think there are talks that we are hearing. Obviously, it will be something which will run on an ARM-based, a tablet device as well. So a lightweight version will run on, I would say, browsing devices, and you'll have another version which will essentially run. But basically, the architecture of the operating system will be the same, and it is something which will, you have about in excess of about 1 billion Windows installed across the globe. So 1 billion PCs, laptops, and other devices are running Windows, and you will see a stark change. So it's a generational change, as they've called, and I think quite excited. We have a developer's preview that I've downloaded and I've installed it on the machine. It works well. And the chief, the guy who's working on it, Sanofsky, as they call him, he's one person who's turned around, a lot of other Microsoft businesses from Office, and he's now in the Windows team. So he was making this announcement in Mobile World Congress. The other thing that we've seen, which is making big news, is obviously one company which refuses to go away is Google, and Google has introduced, obviously something which is going to be infringing our privacy quite a lot, and they are going to be now collecting data, from all the 3 engines that they have, or the way they interact. So the browser, you'll see that happening through Chrome or a browser. Otherwise, when you do searches and a couple of other things, when you go onto the internet, search for a website, whatever you do. Gmail, which is a successful email that they run, and the third is YouTube. So all of that is going to lead to an accumulation of users' data, which will help Google and its advertisers do more focused advertising.
Yeah.
And there has been, from the blog that we've read on Google, what we've seen is there are, if I recollect, there are lots and lots of comments on that blog. And some of the interesting things, which are worth noting, which I would want to read out, are, things like, how they will keep a track of your LinkedIn activity. That means all the accounts that you have with Google will get linked in, and you'll have all the data in one place. The other thing is one of the interesting thought process was that it's saying a lot of people who are debating are saying that Google is putting advertisers' interest before user privacy, and there's a strong debate happening around that, and the European Commission obviously will be looking at some of these laws, and what they will look at doing is run that through their own system and see whether they will be able to launch this here or not. And the other thing is obviously there are a couple of camps which are getting created. So you have advertisers' interest, you have users. Obviously, predominantly, I feel that data should. I genuinely feel that the data should not be accumulated in a way Google's been allowed to do, because at some point in time, I think they'll have a database which will be much intelligent than a CIA or any other database. So they will know exactly what you do, how much you browse, what sites you go to, what data you're looking for, what searches you make. And that is a whole lot of history which will allow advertisers, Google's money-making machine, advertisers to come in and obviously look at making money out of that. So a lot of people will be contacted, obviously, and a poll will be done, and you'll see this not going down easy with a lot of us. The other big news, obviously, which is expected is, as you know, Apple, when it announces new products, it sends out invites, for a press event or a press preview event. And obviously, hot on his heels, they have sent out invites for the 7th of March. So 7th of March, we are expecting to see, or hear some announcements from Apple. And if you look at the rumor mill, that is basically pointing towards the fact that we're going to see a release of the iPad 3. And some of the things which users have been asking for as wish list, include things like, HD display. There is obviously a storm going around wherein people are saying it will not be called an iPad 3, it will be called an iPad HD or something like that. Hot on the heels that they're running a patent, a legal battle on iPad, the name itself, with ProView, the company. So I think some announcements are definitely expected, and that will cover things like, maybe a better display, which is what they've already hinted at. It'll have a faster processor, and I think a new version of the iOS. Obviously, a lot of us who have downloaded the iOS on our iPhones and other devices know that there's a major update coming in, which could be coupled with the fact that Apple is also announcing in June or July this year, somewhere during that time frame, the Mountain Lion, which is the new OS coming in for PC devices for Apple, iMac and MacBook. So it's all in all going to be a quite an interesting mix. So you're going from Mobile World Congress to another release coming in from Apple, which people are expecting. And the last bit of news, obviously, which is quite interesting from a UK point of view, is that a lot of companies participate in awards, and these awards are given out at Mobile World Congress. One of the company which last year, so about 76 or 77 entries were made on behalf of UK most promising technology companies, and that is done through UKTI, UK Trade and Investment. And I'm quite pleased to read and obviously find out that one of the UK-based companies has been awarded that award of the year, or the most promising technology company of the year, and the company is called DataWind, and they're based here in the UK. Obviously, the reason why they've been awarded this is that they've introduced a tablet which is going to cost £22.
Wow.
And we have a screenshot of that, and we will like to show that screenshot on the screen. And it is called DataWind, and the company is called DataWind, and I think they have a product called UB Slate, which is a tablet, and that is priced at about £22 or $35. And apparently that is the cheapest Android-based tablet, a basic tablet, which is going to be made available. And obviously the company is looking at getting on the back of it the award. They'll get consultancy on design and obviously on technology as a part of that package. So 79 companies participated, and I think 78 or 79 companies participated. You had 3 or 4 runners up, and the company which was awarded this award was the UK company. So all in all, good news as far as the environment is concerned, the technology sector is concerned, that there are new products coming in from the UK stable, which goes to show that it's all about bringing in newer products to the market, which then can be mass manufactured, whether you do it here, India, China, wherever you do it. But the stable is coming. It's coming out of UK. So
fantastic. Right, so that's a wind-up of the news. We have finally got a live demo of a product we have been talking about for a long time now. It is a service called OnLive, where basically it's internet-based gaming. Obviously, there's lots of news about, you've got the PlayStation Vita, which is out, and loads of other gaming consoles that are out at the moment. But this particular console, you can buy it as a console, or this service, you can use it on your iPad, on your Android, or you can use it on your PC. Basically, it's a service in which you can purchase games, you can buy time on certain games, you can buy a subscription to certain amounts of games, all online. So, there's no sort of discs involved. You don't lose a disc, you don't break a disc. It's all saved online under your particular username. Once you have purchased that particular game, if you purchased it in full, it is yours forever. If there's a product that, for example, you've got a 6-month subscription for, you will have it for 6 months and you can access it from a various different devices. The one we've got in the studio today is the OnLive console. I'll take you to the login screen if we can get this here.
And the other thing to point out, obviously, in this fact is that this basically is cloud-based gaming. Obviously everything is residing on the air, and as you mentioned rightly, this is a console, but it's a console in a very small shape or form, but allows you to have your gaming wherein you can do gaming on the go. So your game is residing, your data is residing on the cloud. You can play it on a PC, your handheld device. You can hook it up to a TV, and obviously, that's how it goes.
Right.
So
this is
gaming.
the interface that we've got for the console. So basically, you plug the console into internet. You plug it in the back of the TV, switch it on, log in, and this is what screen you'll get. Okay. Just to give you an idea of the types of games, the quality of games, this section is called Arena, where you can have a look at what games other people are playing, just to give you an idea of the game, whether you're going to like it or not. I'm going to click on the first one, which is in the middle, which someone is playing a football-based game. I think it's FIFA. So you can basically just watch what's going on, see if you like it. You can comment on what's going on here as well. So it gives it a bit of a social aspect. So that's one of the games. Because it's HDMI, it's all HD. It depends on the speed of your internet. So it's good.
If I just come in, obviously they point out what we've done is obviously we've looked at the website. It does point out that you require a minimum connectivity of 3 megabytes per minute per second kind of a connection. So अगर आप ये घर में खेलना चाहेंगे, so आपको minimum internet broadband connectivity की speed जो चाहिए, that is what is 3 megabytes per second. And obviously the interface जो इस console का है वो सिर्फ HDMI है. So आपको आपके TV में HDMI होना चाहिए, so that you get true high definition quality when you're playing the game.
So yeah, this is obviously the different types of games you can have. The particular console that we've got in retails for $69.99. It comes with a single controller. It comes with all the the plugs. Comes with the HDMI cable. Comes with the power socket. Comes with the batteries, rechargeable batteries, etc. So basically, for £69, you've got something which you can use on your normal television. However, you can still use this service without purchasing the console. You can use this service PC only. You can use this service on your iPad. You can use this service on your Android-based device. This particular console just makes it easier. It gives you a controller. You can connect it to the TV. It gives you that more sort of a feel of, you're playing a gaming console like you would if you had a PlayStation or if you had an Xbox. But like I said, it's not necessary to have this particular console to use their particular service. You just go into their website, you sign in, and away you go.
That's correct. And I think a couple of things which I liked about this, obviously when we looked at doing the review, was this was something that we are showing you live as of now. But when we did that, obviously in our studios, what we liked was mass spectating. That means the arena, the concept of it, where you can go in, having to just watch what others are playing, and there is a attachment which allows you to plug in a headphone and a mic, so you can talk.
You can talk as well. We're just going to go to a quick commercial break, and we're going to finish off the review of this particular product, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back very soon. Welcome back to the Gadget Show. We were in the middle of giving you a live demonstration of a particularly good online gaming service called OnLive. Raman, you were telling us about it.
Yes, I think during our reviews we found a couple of things that we noticed, and that those are things that we would want to share. So obviously, if you are interested in gaming, and if you're looking at one up in terms of PC gaming, and you're not looking at spending too much money, but you're a serious gamer, I think this is one of the good systems in the market, which is cloud-based gaming. Allows you to, as you mentioned earlier, allows you to game on PC-related devices, tablet-related devices, and even your mobile phones. The second important thing that we noticed is if you don't have a good internet connection, you see a latency or a lag as far as when you're watching or playing the game is concerned. So you need to ensure that you have a good connectivity. Now, the website does claim, the company does claim that you need a minimum connectivity of 3 megabytes per second. But you can essentially play this. As of now, we plug the controller up directly to an internet connection, which is broadband based, obviously. But you can also configure this on a wireless bridge. That means your wireless router at home, and you have a Wi-Fi dongle that you can plug it in, but it needs to have a good connect speed, wherein if you want to enjoy the gaming. Third point, I think, which is worth pointing out is, which is a good feature of this fact, is that when you get into, do you remember ICQ?
Yeah.
ICQ. Yeah. There was a service a couple of years back called the ICQ, and people used to have chat rooms and conversation rooms, and essentially you could seek out a particular user and you could do a one-on-one chat or invite other users, and obviously eavesdrop on their chat as well. So I think what has happened is what we've seen is a very, very advanced version of that particular feature, because it allows you to chat, it allows you to go and see what other players or other gamers are playing as far as games are concerned. And there are some of the features that you picked up, which things like you can submit a brag list if you've done a goal, you've scored a goal that you want to save, or you want to save a particular score, you can do that and you can submit it. So obviously you can go back and see that. I think one of the other features which obviously I liked about that was that instead of you're not looking at comparing this with the standard consoles, but if you do that on a literal basis, अगर आप इसको consoles के साथ compare करें, PlayStation or Xbox के साथ, so I think cost wise this gives you a major advantage. $69.99 का है, £70 का है, इसमें आपको कंट्रोलर कंसोल सब कुछ मिल रहा है PC रिलेटेड गेमिंग के लिए, और इसकी iPhone ऐप भी अवेलेबल है, Android ऐप भी अवेलेबल है, which is not that expensive. तो आप जो है गेमिंग ऑन द गो भी कर सकते हैं, और काफ़ी सारे गेम्स जो हैं इनका डेमो देख के आप जो है यू कैन डिसाइड टू बाय एंड परचेज कर सकते हैं. जो गेम आप खरीद लें, यू आर डूइंग अवे विद मीडिया, यू डोंट नीड अ डिस्क, फिजिकल डिस्क, £30, £35. इनमें गेम्स की कॉस्ट जो है वो काफ़ी रीजनेबल है. सो you're looking at buying 6.
One of the things that I've seen on here is they do a play pack. It's called a bundle. Yeah. Basically, you can purchase this bundle or rent this bundle for $6.99 a month, which gives you access to 149 games. Brilliant. Unlimited access to 149 games. It's a selected list. Obviously, it's not going to be the games that are the latest ones out, but 149 for $6.99 a month, and especially if you've got children who are always asking you, oh, I want this game, I want that game, for $6.99 a month, you can just say, right, these are the games you can play, any of these you want, anytime, as long as you want. I think that's, price point wise, I think that's fantastic.
I think you can't beat that. And one last thing which I would want to say is, obviously, when you look at this particular thing, I think there are more things to come. So, it's given 2 USB ports. We have a screenshot that we can bring on again on the screen, which is called the OnLive screen, and there's a console which shows you the ports. अगर आप वो screenshot screen पे लेके आएं जिसमें कि वो एक image है हमारे पास, अगर हम आपको दिखाएं जिसमें कि वो उसमें ports दिख रहे हैं, तो इसमें 2 USB ports हैं, wherein I think it will give you the capability of connecting a camera or something like that, which allows you to expect something more. So you can do. I think, I don't know what is planned for the future, but something which I liked is that the console has some sort of a futuristic look to it. So there is connectivity. It's quite small, easy to carry, comes in a nice, box packaging. That's the packaging that we received the box in, as you can see, on the screen. And it comes with pretty much everything. So if you like gaming and you are a serious gamer, you want to get into something which is, cheap, easy, affordable, but also gives you a plethora of choices. Yep. I think it is a good device to look at.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you don't even need to have the console to use it. If you think you've got a laptop or a PC that's of decent spec, And as you're going around, you want to play different types of games. Once you're logged into their system, once you've done a subscription with their system, you can do it all online as well. So you can have your laptop with you. As long as you've got internet connection, you can play any of the games that you have access to anywhere in the world.
That's great. I was trying to look at the what's the cost of the app on the iPhone, but I think we'll give it a skip. Only thing if you're looking at buying this is make sure that you have a good broadband connection. अगर आपके पास broadband connection की speed अच्छी नहीं है तो आपकी quality of gaming experience जो है suffer करेगा. And I think keeping in mind अगर आप subscription based जाएं तो I think the company should consider that the console actually comes to you free, just like a Skybox subscription or a Virgin. You get the box free, and obviously you pay a monthly subscription. Love Film है, काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें. So this is something which I do like. I know people hate spending money, but obviously at 60-70 pounds, I think it's a good buy. It's a good buy.
I think so too. Is there anything else that we need to cover, as the time is very short, unfortunately?
I think we'll leave it at that, and I think we would love to get some feedback on this. Some of the live reviews that we are doing on the TV, in the program right now, wherein we've started off with Jadoo TV. We've done online gaming. I think what we'll try and do is continue this and also try and get some feedback from our viewers. अगर आप हमसे interact करना चाहें तो I think what we want to find out from you is कि आपको ये show कैसा लगता है, कौन से products और gadgets आप देखना चाहते हैं, किसका हम review करें. We've covered about 100 and some odd gadgets so far on the show. And हम कुछ series बना के भी इसके बारे में बात करते हैं. तो अगले हफ्ते से what we're going to do is try and bring on एक जो feedback और advice हमें आ रही है कि digital SLR cameras पे focus करें. And we're going to try and bring on 1 or 2 products that we can obviously do a live review of. And हमें feedback देते रहें Facebook के through, हमारी website के through, through our blog जो काफ़ी regular है, मतलब उस पर काफ़ी comments भी आते हैं. अगर वो हमें आप दें तो we will very much appreciate that.
Fantastic. If you do want to check out the system, go to www.onlive.co.uk. Free to sign up, no credit card or anything required. You can sign up and you can try out some of the games as well. So let us know how you find the service. That's all we've got time for this week. We'll be back, like I said, next week, bigger and better. Thank you very much for your time. We'll see you again. Goodbye.